24 left, clear for takeoff. For 1 Fox November, says turn inbound at your discretion to southwest west back, landing at Atlantic Beach, turn west 2904. Canada 782 RNAV to Docker, wind calm, 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Heart of the entertainment world.
It's Runway DFW at large.
Tower 25 right, line of wait.
Well, wasn't that majestic? Good morning, everyone, from Los Angeles International Airport. We are here with you. Let me get that out of there.
You're on the right frequency, being a couple minutes for traffic off the south side.
And that's not what I wanted to do. It's Friday, September 8th, 2023. Walt with you here at LAX for another morning of broadcasting. We've wrangled up a second camera. So I think everything is good to go. We're here in the morning light. If you're joining us from the central time zone of the US, it's pretty early there. No, it's later there. I'm all confused. It's 7:11 here, which is coincidentally where I was on my walk over here from the hotel, because it was a thirst-inducing walk. So we're on Friday, September 8th. This is the evening, or later this evening, there'll be the big broadcast from Kevin and Rudy up on top of the H Hotel with the plane spotting party. As you can see, we've got some ATC going. It's our old-fashioned ATC, which is acoustically coupled, but at least it gives it a little bit of flavor. Now, let me see how I can. I'm still getting used to this. There you see Delta flight 332. It's going to JFK Airport in New York. This is a 767 of the 300 series. I should take that date out of there. There we go. Okay. So I think we're all set. Our signal looked a little bit weak, so as I was firing up, so I hope that we hold up for a couple of hours here. Oh, and I should say we're on top of the economy parking garage here at LAX. Which is open to plane spotters. And in fact, right beside me, there's a plane spotter who's come all the way from Scotland. Let me try my hand at this. I haven't tried an arrival yet. So another Delta plane. So we're on the east end of the north runway, so we're pointing towards the sea.
Cat 4723, cross runway 25 right, contact ground 475.
The arrival there was from Houston Intercontinental Airport. It was a Delta Airbus A319. So once I get settled in here, I'll check your messages, but thank you for joining us for this morning stream.
At 2390, contact departure. At 741, cross runway 25 right, contact ground 475. 2788, hold short, runway 24 left. At 6390, Los Altos Tower, wind column at 24 right, clear to land.
So as you can see, the planes are taking off. Oh. And this is a perspective we never get at DFW Airport. This kind of almost head-on or tail-on shot. So there are the north side runways spread out in front of us. I am told that our signal is frozen. Well, that's not good. If you can hear us, we do appear to have a very low connection speed here.
Yeah, sorry about that. Delta 332 Heavy, contact departure. Delta 2788, cross runway 24 left, contact ground 0.65.
Well, hello again. We'll start over again. I am looking at our signal. It's building up a little bit here, so maybe we'll be okay. So stand by. We have these things happen occasionally. You see Delta Flight 780 there, now rolling. It's on its way to Atlanta. It's an Airbus A321.
Left through 2478 Heavy, Los Altos Tower, wind 2704, wind 25 left, clear to land.
And you see in the foreground an Aeromexico tail.
49, wind is 2704, RNAV 2 Del Rey, Roma 24 left, clear for takeoff.
And it's like it's gonna turn and burn.
390, hold short, Roma 24 left.
It's going to Mexico City. It's an it's a 737 MAX.
FedEx 815, heavy loss all tower, expect runway 25 right, hold short, runway 25 left. That's 49, long tower, traffic cross, runway 24 left, minus way. Got 5390. Cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. Contact departure. Customer 782, lost off tower, super Airbus 3D landing roll, contact turbulence, 1204, runway 25 left, correct, runway 24 right, clear to land.
A little king of the skies there for you. They're almost a dime a dozen here at LAX. We saw two of these Qantas 787s on the ground here yesterday at the Qantas hangar. That plane, of course, coming in from Sydney. Flight number 11. Exactly 13 hours in the air for that. For those passengers and crew.
475 off tower, runway 24 right, clear to land.
And just to the left of it
3782, you're still clear to land, just change to and monitor my frequency 133.9.
is a Southwest flight on its way to Houston, to Houston Hobby Airport.
Excellent, 2478 heavy, cross runway 25 right, contact ground point 75.
So as you can hear, we've got a little bit of ATC this morning.
Contact ground 121.65. 3049, contact departure.
Southwest 94 tower, wind 2905, reporting to the line.
Well, Beaker and Honeydew channel member says, good morning, Walt. What a great view of Qantas. Have a great time in LA. Thank you so much. Aaron says tater tot on the ATC, contact departure. I don't know if that's tater tot or not.
I'm away, 4 left, Southwest 23.
See a lot of flags. Do you see a lot of flags down there? Behind that, I guess that's a jet blast wall or something. Okay, Christensen says this is like DFW Live, but with a lot of different aircraft liveries. Yeah, it's a little different than DFW. I can say that. A Southwest departure to San Jose. It's a 737-700 model. I've always got to be looking behind me because that's where the planes are coming in from. George Ragsdale says everything is beautiful. I think we're still at a pretty low bit rate. I don't know. Raymond Flores says change to 133.9 frequency for aircraft and tower communications. Well, that's what we are on. And our channel member and friend Chuck Tolsma says, love the garage. Yeah, Kevin and Rudy used to be here quite regularly. And then they kind of stopped, and you know, Kevin has a variety of places to shoot from, of course, including the H Hotel, which is a kind of a similar view, except more widespread and better, and so. Okay, there goes that Southwest plane on out. Southwest arrival coming in from Sacramento, 737-700 model. Poking its head in over here is Delta Flight 513. It's going to Nashville, 737-800. Good morning, everyone.
Yankee cross, we can pull up contact ground point 65, 7
Yankee crossing 4 left and ground southwest 39.
Scott 5475 at Alpha cross, we can 4 left, contact ground point 65.
And Klaus was saying that's a taxiway E construction, that that barrier we saw there. Thank you. Josh Aldridge has offered up a $2 super chat. 64 degrees this morning. This definitely isn't DFW, but it is warming up, I have to say. But yeah, yesterday out at our friend Kevin from Airline Videos Live gave us a ride out to Clutter's Park. Got us all set up there for broadcasting, and boy, it was such a beautiful day. It's like 75 or 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and nice breeze coming in from the Pacific. it goes.
Southwest 2734 tower, wind 2305, runway 24 right, go to land.
4 right, go to land, Southwest 2734.
Oh, 513, contact, I got a first.
Right, 753.
So here's where we are at is our camera floating up there at LAX, the LAX Ground Transport Center. Woohoo! Let's see, the economy parking garage. And we're on the roof. I wonder if I should have been, no, I could have been lower. Should have given us some shade, but oh well. There, of course, is the current LAX control tower and the that structure. What is the name of that thing? That kind of futuristic-looking structure. I'm not sure what the name of that is. We have a plane on the runway. It's have a listing for that one, other than the fact that it's Delta Airlines. So I don't know where it's going.
Delta 2609, contact, I got a front.
Delta 2609, what's departure?
And if you hear the hissing and hydraulic sounds of city buses, that's because there's a full-on transit center sprawled out below us here. Oops. Got a droopy tripod head. That is a Southwest Flight 2734 coming in from San Jose. A 737-700. Channel member Ron sees America. Says good morning, Walt, and good morning, everyone. And Chuck is setting us straight there on the structure I was just referencing. So let's get a picture of that again. And he says that's called the theme building, the theme building. I'll try to file that one away. Channel member 757 Chip says, since Walt is at LAX, I'm free to say later taters. I'll check in later. Thank you, Chip. Klaus is presenting us with a $5 super chat. Good morning, Walt. Glad to see you back at LAX. Enjoy your commentary. Thank you. Well, I've never broadcast from LAX. I've been here. It's been like 10 years since I've been here. As we see something rising up into the sky there on the south side. That was Polar Air Cargo DHL flight 212 going to Cincinnati. Like somebody put their billboard upside down. It's crazy. Carlo Longerbeam says, great, good Friday morning, Walt, mods and everyone. One more scorcher of a day in DFW, but a great change is a-coming. Well, I am very happy to hear about that. Vince Las Vegas says, how full is the garage at that level this morning? Walt, plenty of space for spotters? Well, there's only one other spotter here alongside me at the moment. So there, yes, there's lots of space. See if I can swing around to get you a view of the parking lot as a whole here. So there is there's a few cars up here this morning. But as I said, as far as spotters go, only one other. So lots of room on the rail here. Another Delta flight's going out, this one to Dallas Love Field, an Airbus A319. So you can get to Love Field in Dallas directly from here. Well, I guess you always could on Southwest Airlines. Delta and I believe Alaska are the only other planes that fly, airlines that fly into Dallas Love Field besides Southwest.
TV11 leaving Bravo airspace, reaching approved. And out of Atlantic with who? 1 Fox November, departing Atlantic will be at your own risk. The winds are 210 at 3, and cleared out of class Bravo airspace as requested. You going to Hawthorne or going to Harbor? Yeah, stay on the Bravo until...
well, what's happened there? I feel like we need a tone. What's happened is our camera 2 has it shut down? Well, let me check this out. Oh, let me give you a picture first. Okay, there you go.
3303 Tower 12204, 124 right to the left. And 1 Fox November Squawk 0275.
Alright, so it's got lots of power. I don't know what caused that, but I think we've got camera 2 back there. Yeah, we've got a plane coming in. Delta Flight 393, a 737-900, arriving from Cincinnati.
Delta 393 at Alpha across runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. Delta 393 at Alpha across runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
Alicia Das says the colors, like when TV signed out for the night back in the old days. Oh, talking about the color bars. I thought you were talking about the beautiful array of colors here at, well, I was talking on the phone with Mrs. Runway DFW on the way to here as I was walking. And I think the first thing she said when I flipped the camera around from me to reveal my walk was, palm trees, look at the palm trees. Because of course, the only palm trees we see in Dallas-Fort Worth are the ones in front of the In-N-Out Burger. And as you might have been able to tell, our camera 2 has once again given up the ghost. I believe it's overheating. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the power supply and see if that does anything. We'll just run on batteries for a while. Now, my friend Kevin of Airline Videos Live did warn me that here on the north side, we weren't going to see as many heavy aircraft coming and going. You know, the ones, the wide bodies. And I said, well, yeah, that's okay, because we'll just get a little different view of things here. John M., channel member, says, good morning, LAX, good morning, Walton, good day to Runway DFW viewers around the world. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here and for being a member of the channel. Channel member Red Eye says, hello folks, good morning, Walt. Let's take you on a little tour here if we can. We can see the legendary H Hotel from here. And there up on the rooftop there is where the soiree is going to be later this evening. Actually, kind of late this afternoon. I think it starts at 4. Is this the right place? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can see the little glass enclosed space up there. So that is the H Hotel, and Kevin and Rudy will be broadcasting there later this evening, starting at 3 o'clock Pacific time. So 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and then figure it out wherever you may be around the globe. George W. says, I like this. Oh my goodness. Do you like that view, George? How's that for a view? Well, I may have to go with alternate camera B here, because this one is just not working out. So we'll close you up. And we'll see if we get to a camera B sometime. Well, yeah, we're here to look at planes, so let's look at another Southwest plane as it comes in, shall we?
South 652, runway 24 left, line away.
Line way 24 left, Delta.
That there was Flight 1139, Southwest Airlines, coming in from Dallas Love Field.
Southwest 1139, traffic holding position at Yankee Cross, runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
And at this time we have another Delta flight poised for takeoff, which we'll have to kind of manually engage here because we don't have camera 2. This is Delta flight 652 going to Orlando, 737-900. Southwest flight coming in from Oakland, California now.
South 652, our nav to Del Rey, runway 24 left, over takeoff.
24 left, over takeoff. Our Del Rey, Delta 652.
Southwest 699, reverse approved, hold short of runway 24 left.
So I can now see where I went wrong this morning on my journey over here. There's a lot of construction blocking roadways and sidewalks. The construction has to do primarily with the new train that is going to be running to LAX. And so I got to the entrance here of this bus depot, but it was so dark I couldn't tell whether if it had any possibility of entrance to the parking garage. So I didn't go in there because I thought I'd be trapped in that bus corral. So instead, I walked all the way around it, and then I had to go several blocks, and it was a long walk, but you know, whatever. Mrs. Runway DFW said it's good for you. And it is. Walking, I love to walk. Of course, I was carrying a 30-pound backpack and wheeling around a giant suitcase. So, but again, that's okay. All right, let me see if I can fire up alternate camera number 2. Not having much luck with our secondary cameras this week.
Tower 2304, open 24 right for the land. Land 24 right, sky 4148.
Okay, so I'm having the same problem with this as I had last time I plugged it in. Well, now you can get, well, there's some bonus, I guess, to this. You get to see the, would this be our landing into LAX yesterday? No, that's crazy. So it's not, this is not live, so don't get too alarmed there. It's just the view being played back from my GoPro camera of arriving here yesterday, so. And there's nothing, I don't see any planes coming in or going out at the very moment, so we might as well look at this. See, I was trying to get the live out of there. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I hadn't really played this back yet. You can see it's a very nice clear day. This was yesterday morning at around 10:30-ish local time. Lucy Romero says, LOL, now is he up in the air? No, this is just what you call your YouTube time filler here, but I kind of happened across this on my GoPro. When I plugged it in, it wasn't giving me a picture, it was giving me playback, so. That's fun to watch. And Lucy says, no wonder there's so much traffic.
Morning, Rise 2149, just past Colby for the
All right, well, we do have a plane coming in, so maybe we'll get back to this nonsense in a little while. It's Delta. That was flight 4148 coming in from Boise, and now we have coming right over us. So they're landing on parallel runways over here.
6 reverse, which got us 4148. 4148 at Yankee, hold short, the runway 4 left. Yankee, hold short, 4 left, guys, 4148.
So I'd forgotten they do that.
Up 87, right, hold short of runway 24 right. Hold short of runway 24 right, yep. About 600, get over.
Sorry about that.
About 600, but you got Yankee.
Oh look, we're landing. This is from yesterday again, so we'll go back to the landing.
600, thanks for helping, appreciate it. That was 4148, Yankee crossing 4 left.
This is landing at LAX yesterday morning, a little more than 24 hours ago. I think we're about to get jolted here, as far as the camera goes.
24 left line up away, Southwest 3745.
I guess the anti-shake mechanism did a pretty good job there. Alaska E-Jet.
87 from Victor, proceed on runway 24 right for inspection.
Proceeding up to 24 right from Victor to the upper 7.
Cal 3745, our nav is Del Rey, runway 24 left, over takeoff.
RNAV Del Rey 24 left, clear for takeoff, Southwest 3745.
Cal 4883, LA Tower, runway 24 left, line up and wait.
Line 24 left, line up and wait, Skywest 4883.
2149, hold
I'm going to go back to camera 2 for a second. That's a freeze frame, so don't worry about it. I wasn't in a helicopter or anything. I was just getting a transition shot here in preparation for our next takeoff.
1308 LA Tower, continue runway inspection in progress.
So the plane that landed, the Alaska Airlines plane, was coming in from San Jose.
4883 on Avenue Del Rey,
It was a Embraer 175 LR. The
left to Del Rey, clear for left, takeoff, line 24 left, Skywest 4883.
they're on 24 left is Southwest Flight 365 to Denver, a 737 MAX 8.
Alaska 1308, wind 2304, runway 24 right, foot of land. Southwest 355, 24 left, line up and wait.
24 left, line up, wait, Southwest 365.
Southwest 355, our nav is Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Del Rey 24 left, clear for takeoff, Southwest 365.
Helicopter 337 Alpha Charlie, LA helicopters, altimeter 3001, squawk 0227, and say altitude. Skywest 4883, contact lookout departure.
Contact departure, 4883.
There is Southwest Flight 355. It's off to Denver. We talked about that, didn't we?
The harbor route south, maintain VFR at or below 100 or 900 feet.
Always having these flights sneaking up behind me.
Southwest 355, contact lookout departure.
Departure, Southwest 355.
Up 87 from Bravo, Bravo, proceed on runway 24 left for inspection.
That was Alaska 1308 from San Francisco, the 737-800. And now, as I look around, I'm not seeing anything happening.
Alaska 1308 at Alpha, Alpha, cross 24 left, contact ground point 65.
So let's see, what else is around here we can show you? I don't know the names of all the streets. Here's our setup this morning. We are perched conveniently on this concrete ledge, so no need for a table. Just don't want to get anything too close to the ledge, to the edge of the ledge, that is to say. It's a long way down. Let's see, can we see the In-N-Out burger from here? It's somewhere in this general direction. Let's see. the In-N-Out Burger, there's a little park next to it, and that's where the big deal on Saturday is going to be for the Cranky Dork Fest. There's a Target there. I know it's kind of in the same general vicinity. Oh, I think I see. I think I know what we're talking about here. I think it's up in this direction. I don't know for sure. Well, let's see. Can I get our secondary camera fixed? That's the question. I'm gonna give it the old college try here.
Sorry, 1A Hotel, Heavy LA Tower, 2405, runway 24 right, code of LAX.
Tower City up 37 is clear, true for left at Echo 6, have a go.
Up 37, thank you.
Please stand by. I hate to put on the please stand by again. I've already done that. Yeah. Lots of beeping going on. But yeah, no, we're not getting anything with our alternate camera. We only have one option left, and that didn't even work yet. That didn't work yesterday either.
Horizon 2123 LA Tower, 12405, runway 24 right, code of LAX.
Well, we'll just muddle through with one camera. Hey, but we have a big plane coming in from Doha. Floofage, I see. There's the Qatar Airways One World livery. Coming into LAX from, I want to say, Doha. Flight 741, that was an A350 1000. So those are always fun to see.
2973 Tower, 12405, 124 right, code of LAX. Qatari 1A Hotel, hold short of runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha.
So they're on runway 24 left. We've got a Delta flight going out. The specifics of which I will relay to you momentarily.
Qatari 1A Hotel, heavy at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
So the big A350 gets clearance to cross over.
28, contact, I've got departure. Departure, 28, 28.
I think I've got to get my neck protection hat out here. Do I have it? Yes, I do. I have a hat with flaps on it that covers my ears and my neck from the sun. So hang on a second. I'm a little more covered up here. We did miss this plane. Where is it coming in? So that Alaska Airlines E-Jet came in from Portland, Oregon. And we've got another plane on its way here on runway DFW. It's Delta, flight 2973, also from Portland, Oregon. This is an Airbus A319 we'll be seeing, but we got to swing around for it, so. That was Delta 2973 from Portland. Alrighty. Another Alaska Airlines E-Jet, flight 3307, is just about to arrive from Boise, Idaho.
2973 at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65 as you cross. Cross 24 left, Alpha Alpha, point 65.
Channel member, friend of the channel, and moderator Michelle RS says something about it being a gorgeous day. I think I've lost her. I don't have a screen where I can simultaneously see what we're broadcasting and read your comments. Let's see, a little after 9 o'clock now. We've been on the air for about an hour. Let's see how the old battery's holding up here. Whoop.
Scout 3307 at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65 is cross.
We've still got 60% of our main battery left, so we should be able to do at least another hour's worth. James Smith says, Walt, always be aware of your surroundings. Walking around LAX, the area is not the safest. Well, I had my head on a swivel as I was headed over here this morning, and I made a few steps in the other direction as others were nearby, just to be safe. So, and I always stayed on well-traveled streets instead of going through dark alleyways or whatever, so everything's good. Got 3 planes stepping up to the plate, and I think I hear one coming in now. And this one is an EVA Air. EVA Air. Had some streamers going as it was coming in. I don't know if they're visible to you. What Big Jet Jerry likes to call floofage. So there's some moisture in the air this morning. Humidity are us. So that was EVA Flight 6 coming in from Taipei. I have an alert from our executive producer that we're having some freezing issues on occasion, and I do see that our bit rate is dropped to an unacceptable level. Although, as of 8:12, I think we're doing okay again. So bear with us. You know, we're in unfamiliar. Well, you know, I want to say unfamiliar environs. We're not. It's not really unfamiliar. It's just that it's different. I mean, I have seen this shot before, just not with my camera. So there's that EVA Air. It was a 777 that came in from Taipei. In front of us is where this one is going. Where are you going? It's getting pretty hazy way down yonder. It clears up as they pull up into the atmosphere. Takeoff 24 left, RNF Delray, Sky 4108. So you hear 24 left. 24 left is the takeoff runway. Well, nominally the takeoff runway here on the north side of LAX, and 24 right is the arrival. Although we did see an arrival coming in on 24 left earlier in the broadcast. So they, I don't know if they're used interchangeably, but that does happen.
306, roll to the end. Tower JetBlue 2435, just confirm clear to land 24 right. 2435, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Go for right, clear to land, JetBlue 24, 30 copy.
Skyline 33 for Southwest 3396, wind 2505, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Del Rey 34, left for takeoff.
So that EVA Air is still waiting for its clearance to
Yeah, 24
cross
left.
over.
Delta 306, traffic on mile final at Bravo Bravo, hold short of runway 24 left.
Hold short, 24 left, at Bravo.
Skyline 4108, contact SoCal departure.
Departure Skyline 4108.
Southwest 2352, LA Tower, runway 24 left, line up wind.
24 left, line of way, so 2352.
Skyline 6426, LA Tower, wind 2605, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Got a JetBlue coming in. Where'd it go?
Southwest 2352, wind 2605, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Del Rey 24 left, clear for takeoff, so 2352.
Southwest 3396, contact SoCal departure.
Arc, so 39.
JetBlue flies to Dallas from several points on the planet, but we hardly ever get to see it over at where we hang out at Founders Plaza because they usually take off from the other side of the airport. That particular flight was coming in from San Francisco on Airbus A320.
Short 24 left, JetBlue 2435.
Alaska 1179, LA Tower, runway 24 left, line up wind.
24 left, line up away, last 1139.
Delta 8620, LA Tower, winds 2605, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Blasting off now. I think that's flight 2352 of Southwest Airlines going to Oakland, California.
Alaska 1179, wind 2505, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Alaska flight 1165 is, I'm sorry, 1179 is going to Seattle. It's a 737 MAX. And there you see it. So there's several planes waiting to cross over 24 left. Way in the distance you see there.
Alaska 1165, wind 2704, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Alright, RNAV Del Rey 24 left, clear for takeoff, Alaska 1165.
Alaska 1179, contact SoCal departure.
Push on 439.
Skyline 5426, turn left at Zulu, and the traffic will move shortly.
So this is Alaska's 1165. It's going to Portland, Oregon, 737-900. And that pileup waiting to cross over to the terminals is building now. We've got 4 aircraft which have yet to receive clearance.
JetBlue 2435 at Zulu, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
On Zulu cross 24 left, ground point 65, JetBlue 2435.
Skyline 5426 at Zulu, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. Eva 6 Heavy Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
So it looks like these planes are getting clearance now to finally cross over to the terminals.
At Bravo Bravo, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
Cross
Delta 799 LA Tower, traffic crossing the outfit, or am I 24 left line up and wait?
24 left, line up and wait, Delta 799.
Delta 1006 LA Tower, wind 260 at 5, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 24 right, Delta 1006.
Skywards 4114 LA Tower, wind 260 at 5, runway 24 right, clear to land.
So what have I missed here in my... A few trains at a channel member with a we'll call it a £5 super chat. Loving the stream. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
799, wind 260 at 5, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
David Rutherford says, channel member says, good morning, Walt. It's supposed to be 104 today. I'm assuming that means in Dallas, Fort Worth. I know you miss it. I thought Kevin was saying they were going to close 24 right for a rebuild when they opened the taxi way that they were working on. Well, he got some information yesterday that that project has been delayed. So all is looking good, at least for this weekend, for the Cranky Dork Fest festivities here on the north side. But there is a lot of runway and taxiway work that is apparently going to be happening. And that was, by the way, Delta Flight 799 on its way to Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Point 65 as you cross.
Cross 24 left, ground point 65 after crossing, Delta 861.
Channel member Space Needle says, good morning, Walt, mods, and everyone. Channel member Phil G says, good morning from Berkeley here in California. Another Delta arrival.
Wind 2704, RNAV to Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
24 left, clear for takeoff, RNAV Del Rey, southwest, 3259. LA Tower, Delta 712, 10 miles from
Delta 712 LA Tower, wind 2704, runway 24 right, clear to land. Delta 1006, hold short of runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha.
For some reason, I'm not seeing this plane on my radar here on 24 left.
Delta 1006, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. Cross 24 left, over the ground, Delta 1006. Southwest 3259.
All right, well, that was Southwest 3259, a 737-800 off to New Orleans. Was Delta 4114 coming in from Salt Lake City, an E-jet So it would be a Delta connection, if I'm not mistaken.
Skywest 4114 at Zulu, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
That's Zulu, cross 24 left, and ground, Skywest 4114.
Quiet now. What is it? 8:25 local time. Here's what I've got to do. I've got to rebalance my tripod because it got kind of knocked askew, and I don't want our horizon to be crazy. So
1349 LA Tower, wind 260 at 4, runway 24 right for the land.
let's see, what do we have I can do here? Nothing. I'm going to play you my test pattern for a moment, so hang on.
Delta 2581 LA Tower, runway 24 left, minus some weight. Delta 2581 LA Tower.
Delta Flight 712 from Atlanta, a 767 300.
Delta 2581 Tower. Delta 712 at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, and then contact ground
Dating
point
back to
65.
the year 2002.
Alpha, cross 24 left. Delta 2581, wind 250 at 4, RNF Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNF, Del Rey, 24 left, super takeoff, Delta 2581.
Skywest 4119, LA Tower.
Skywest 4119.
Sure, Skywest 4017, LA Tower, can you depart from Echo 7? Skywest 4017, runway 24 left at Echo 7, line up and wait.
It's our first Spirit aircraft of the morning. At least that we're seeing.
Delta 974, LA Tower, wind 250 at 3, runway 24 right for the land. 4 right, clear the land, Delta 974.
That arriving from Oakland, California, an Airbus A320.
Delta 2581, contact SoCal departure.
Over departure, Delta 2581.
Spirit 1349 at Alpha Alpha, hold short of runway 24 left. Alpha Alpha, hold short.
And I'm getting some new information in from an interested observer that our signal keeps freezing.
Skywest 4017, wind 240 at 3, RNF Del Rey, runway 24 left at Echo 7, clear for takeoff.
RNF Del Rey, clear for takeoff, 24 left, Skywest 47.
Skywest
They
49,
appear to have a
119,
strong
24 left, minus some weight.
cellular signal, but of course that doesn't necessarily mean that whatever we're transmitting is going out to you clearly. So I apologize if there's a disruption. We'll hang in there for a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's going out at a very low bit rate right now, which is technical talk to say the signal is crappy.
Skywest 4119, wind 230 at 5, RNF Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Left clear, takeoff, RNF Del Rey, Skywest 4119. South 3025 LA Tower, runway 24 left, not up and left. Way runway 24 left, Scout 4017, contact SoCal departure.
Well, what have we here launching itself into the stratosphere? It's Delta Connection, flight 4119 going to Phoenix. It's an Embraer 175 E-Jet.
Turn left heading 230, runway 24 left, over takeoff. Takeoff and for left, runway 230, South 35. Scout 4119, turn left heading 210. Left 210, Scout West 4119. Scout 4119, contact SoCal departure. Departure, Scout 4119.
There you had Delta Flight 974 arriving from Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Delta 974, turn left at Alpha Alpha, traffic will move shortly. Roger, Alpha Alpha, Delta 974. Scout 3439 LA Tower, traffic will cross downfield, runway 24 left line up and lane. 24 left line and lane, Scout 3439.
Southwest Flight 3025 is winging its way to Albuquerque on a 737-700 as that Spirit aircraft and a Delta plane that came in behind it are waiting to cross over at 24 left. But in the meantime, we're seeing Alaska Airlines flight numero 3439. It's an E-Jet, and it's headed up the coast to San Francisco. But I guess those two planes are being allowed to cross over. Channel member John Irby says, good morning, everyone. The Lobster says, hi, DFW. Channel member and quad jet channel member and equestrian champion Raina Taylor says hello, Walt and everyone. How's everyone doing today? Just had a great riding lesson today. My horse was awesome. Well, your horse must have had an awesome rider aboard it. Glad to see you here, Raina. And in case you're just tuning in and wondering what's going on, yes, this is Walt. This is Runway DFW, but we are at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. They're on the left coast, and we are watching planes from the economy parking garage. So that means we're overlooking these two runways here. 24 left and right on the north side of the we'll set it of LAX. We have on approach to this airport at this time Delta flight Delta Connection flight 4106 from Reno. Swing our camera around. Give you a shot of that.
Tower low is your camera 577 visual left. Camera 577 LA Tower 125 at 3, runway 24 right, clear to land. Caution, make sure most of you are booked before the airport.
Yes, and apparently what's happening to our signals that we're freezing up. And there's really, what can I do about that?
Hawaiian 33 heavy wind 2503, RNF Del Rey, running 24 left, clear for takeoff.
I think I'm going to try to switch over to another hotspot. So I'm going to do a little cable snaggling here. So as you kind of watch a shot of this Hawaiian jet blasting itself off, I'm going to try to switch over to another hotspot. And if that doesn't work, well, we may have to end a little early, but at least we gave it the old college try. Where's my bag?
Yes, 4106, traffic hold in position at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. Hawaiian 33 heavy, contact SoCal departure.
If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm searching for just the right cable. Ah.
Scout 3952, winds 2404, RNF Del Rey, running 24 left.
I believe I have found it.
There for takeoff, RNF Del Rey, coast. Down to 2650 LA tower, running 24 left, line up wind. 4 left and line up away, United 2650.
And I know everyone is busy.
Hold short of runway 24 left. Runway 24 left, take all time.
And busy doing things. So let's see, I'm going to do this. So technically speaking, what I'm doing is switching from one hotspot.
United 2650, wind 2603, RNF Del Rey, running 24 left, clear for takeoff. RNF Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, United 2650. Scout 3952, contact SoCal departure. Departure CS goes 3952. Delta 1125, roll to the end.
To the end, Delta 1125.
So I think we're connected to a new hotspot now.
1125 at Bravo, Bravo, hold short of runway 24 left.
Hold short, 24 left, Bravo, Bravo, 1125.
Hold 92 LA tower, 12703, runway 24 right.
I see our signal going out, but it's still not a very, I would say, robust signal. Which means that when we're on a kind of a static, more or less static shot like this, it probably looks okay, but if there's any motion introduced, like panning or tilting, or there's lots of things that are moving in the same shot, then that eats up the signal we have available to you. And so I don't know if we can keep going, but we're going to try for a little while longer.
Delta 521, wind 2703, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Del Rey, 2467 LA tower, runway 24 left, line of wind. Left, line of way, southwest.
So Delta Flight 521 is going to DFW Airport right there. So let's see if this works here. We're kind of up against two things now. The kind of a unexpectedly weak signal, and and heat.
Now it's 3449, running 3449, no tower, running 24 right, clear to land.
Oh, is this the first American jet we've seen this morning?
Section 577 traffic, hold on, fishing, crosswind 24 left, contact ground, 0.65. Delta 1125, crosswind 24 left, contact ground, 0.65.
24 left ground.
Delta 521, contact SoCal departure.
That American jet was arriving from Atlanta. It's an Airbus A321neo. Same type of aircraft I was on yesterday to get here. There on the left of your screen, let's see what you're seeing there. It appears to be Southwest Airlines Flight 2467 going to San Jose, 737-700. Okay, we've got a better stream now. Should be enough to hold up for shots like this, but we'll see.
RNAV Delray, take up 24 left, house 1467.
Scout 3884 LA Tower, running 24 left, line up and wait, report departing 737 inside.
24 left, number 1, now it's 3384, look for it like this.
Scout 3384, verify traffic inside.
Alaska Flight 1292 coming in from Seattle.
1292, roll to the end. Roll to the end, or roll to the end. Scout 3384, maintain visual separation, 12304, RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Sorry, runway 24 left, going to come off, 2384.
Delta 480 Heavy LA Tower, running 24 left, line up and wait, report departing Embraer insight. Runway 24 left, line up and wait, Delta 480 left. Delta 2467, contact SoCal departure.
Good day, South 2467.
1292 at Bravo Bravo, hold short of runway 24 left. At Bravo Bravo, hold short of.
There you Flight 3384. It's going to Santa Rosa on Embraer 175, but we're more interested in the next plane that's coming up. It's a big Delta jet, 767-300. I do not have the destination listed for this one. Is there a flight number? Flight number 480 is what it says.
5 RNAV Del Rey, running 24 left, clear for takeoff. Runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 480 Heavy, RNAV Del Rey. Yeah, traffic inside for Delta 480 Heavy. Contact SoCal departure.
Well, it's about 8:45 here in the Pacific time zone.
3449, turn left at Zulu and hold short of runway 24
If you're just joining us, you're watching Runway DFW at large here at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport.
3844 LA Tower, 1205, runway 24 right, clear to land. Scout 3449 at Zulu, cross runway 24 left, contact ground 0.65. Yeah, Zulu cross 24 left and ground 65, Scout 3449. Traffic 2610, cross runway 24 left, contact ground 0.65. Cross 24 left, 0.65. Delta 1143, traffic cross now till runway 24 left, line up and wave. 1.24 left, Delta 1143. 492, cross runway 24 left, ground 0.65. Delta 24 left, ground 0.65, line up 1292.
Next in line would be Delta Flight 1143. It's an Airbus A319 baby bus going to Houston Intercontinental Airport.
480 heavy, contact SoCal departure. Outside departure, Delta 480 open.
GE checking in with a $2 super chat. You're doing a great job as always. A class act. Well, thank you, GE. We're not, we're having some technical issues this morning. I try to be prepared for anything. I've got 2 different ways to connect to the internet. We've got several different cameras, only one of which is working at the moment.
Scouts 4078, turn left at Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, traffic holding in position, contact ground point 65 to cross.
That's an Alpha cross, 24 left.
I guess if you count this camera, we've got another camera. This is the camera that's built into the computer. You can see the sun is directly behind us here at the parking garage.
Tower Delta 997, visual 24 right. Delta 997, tower runway 24 right, clear the land. Right, Delta 997.
What did we say this was, or did we say what this was?
Okay.
Delta 1143 to Houston.
Hold short of runway 24 left.
That's the aircraft in the foreground. Josei, if I pronounced your name correctly, I hope I did. Good evening from Kenya. Pen Wang says, Wang says good morning from Dallas.
2253 LA Tower, 24 left on its way. 24 left on 20.
Delta 2253 is going to Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A319, and incoming is another Delta flight. 997 from Orlando. This is going to be an Airbus A321 Neo, so we're going to quickly circle back behind us. Pick that up for you.
Traffic hold in position, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. 24 left, ground point 65, Delta 3844. Delta 2253, contact SoCal departure. Ticketing. way through Bravo 6 as requested, LA altimeter 3003.
Timmy Two Shoe says hello to the show, mods and chat. Interesting day of shows. Thank you for that.
Alpha clear to cross, and then over ground up, and then okay. 7 Alpha Charlie traffic, 3 miles north.
Scott Barker says, morning Walt, great to see you at LAX. Is Kevin with you today? No, well, he will be later. We've got to get back to the hotel in a little bit to help him with some preparations he's making for tonight's big soiree up on top of the H Hotel.
1331 LA Tower, 12306 from 124 right, clear to land.
So my time here is limited by that obligation and by the fact that our battery will be running out
4775 LA Tower.
probably within the next 30 minutes.
4775. Do you use numbers for any intersections?
We do. We have Echo 8 intersection departure.
Scout 4775, full short runway 24 left at Echo 8.
Full short 24 left, Echo 8, Scout West 4775.
Here comes an arrival. It is Delta, as you can see.
And now it's up to 7 Alpha Charlie. Please helicopter, stop your northeast of your position at 400 feet. They have you in sight. Gotcha. South is 2193, 12206, RNF Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNF Delray, clear for takeoff, runway 24 left, Southwest 2193.
And as you probably just heard, this Southwest aircraft has received the green light to take off.
1481 to Alpha, Alpha, full short.
To Salt Lake City it goes.
Alpha, full short.
Scout 4775, runway 24 left at Echo 8, line up and wait.
24 left at Echo 8, line up boys, Scout West 4775.
Attention aircraft information X right now, current Los Angeles altimeter is 3003.
Tower, Southwest 2626.
Scout 4775, 12205, RNF Delray, runway 24 left at Echo 8, clear for takeoff.
RNF Delray, 24 left at Echo 8, clear for takeoff, Scout West 4775.
A United baby bus checking in.
2193, contact lookout approaching.
Honor departure, Southwest 2193.
South 2626, LA Tower, 12205, runway 24 right, clear to land.
For the land, 24 right, Southwest 2626.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Got 1331, turn left at Alpha, Alpha, traffic will move shortly.
Alpha, Alpha, United 1331.
Frankly, Flying wants to know if I brought my tux. You know, my 7-year-old grandson for his birthday asked for a tuxedo. He spelled it on his list, Tuxeedo. So I got him a tuxedo shirt, which he was happy to have. Maybe I should get one of those for formal events like this big party tonight. The familiar colors of Southwest Airlines. Another Southwest plane there on the left. The one that came in, if I can read my screen here, was arriving from Oakland, a 737-700, and the one that's taking off is the same model plane on its way to Phoenix. Must be the southwest hour here because another one is arriving. It's like we're at Love Field West.
South 1139, turn left heading 210, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Left 18, clear for takeoff, 24 left, southwest.
We came in from San Antonio, Texas. Another 737-700. And this one's rolling. So it'll wave hello to its sister aircraft. We got to see the Lone Star 1 Southwest livery yesterday from over at Clutter's Park.
Delta 494, turn left heading 230, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. 230 heading runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Delta 494, Southeast Pacific Side Valley Tower, runway 24 left, minus wave. 24 left, minus wave.
So there's a plane taking off there as I squint at my screen. I believe that's taking off for Detroit, the Motor City. And the one that's getting ready to take off is going to San Jose, Flight 1875.
Delta 1297, to departing 737 in sight. Delta 494 heading 230 and then contact SoCal departure. Heading 230 then departure Delta 494 Seoul.
Oh, we're getting a little breeze here now. That feels good. I don't think the temperature is very high, but the sun seems very intense.
Skywest 1597 LA Tower, running 24 right to the land.
Another Southwest jet going out on 24 left here. Well, it's 9 o'clock at the big airport. Yeah, I speak of south of Los Angeles International Airport, and so at the top of the hour, let's take a look at this, and we'll be right back on Runway DFW.
From Hollywood, the heart of the entertainment world.
It's Runway DFW at large. I cut off our music too early. It was building to a crescendo. Well, here we are at Los Angeles International Airport. I cannot read my screen. Is this what I meant to put in? No. Oh, here's... No. There. That's what I meant to put in. But we're at large for another few minutes. Our battery... What's it doing here? Down to 27%. So, yeah, we've got another probably 20 or maybe 30 minutes left in us. On Friday, September 8th, 2023. So thank you for joining us. I'm having a hard time seeing our screen. This is what the problem is right now. Ben likes our intro. Thank you, Ben. John M., a channel member, says back in the 60s, from Hollywood was a big deal. Well, that's exactly where I got that from. It may be from the 70s. That was the person who's speaking there is named Dick Tufeld. And he was a big announcer for a lot of shows, including the Hollywood Palace, the Dick Cavett Show, and he was also the voice of Robbie, or the robot, in Lost in Space. So, there's that. A United Express plane is coming in. We've got to swing around for that. And then zoom into it. And so that plane is coming in from San Luis Obispo. How long does it take to get here from there? I want to say 35 minutes. We have another plane coming in. It's a Southwest from Phoenix, a 737-700. We now present you with that aircraft on Runway DFW at LAX. We still appear to be having some issues with our transmission signal, and you know, I've tried two different schemes to get this to you. And I don't have any other options left. I was talking to Kevin of Airline Videos Live yesterday, and he was saying that T-Mobile, which is what we are operating with, is really the best option to go with at LAX as far as plane spotting goes. He has all the big three. He's got, Kevin does, AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile, and he said, yeah, T-Mobile's the best. Verizon seems to be, so Verizon, which is very strong most places, is not the best for live broadcasting from LAX, at least not at the moment. All the carriers are constantly tweaking their transmitters, so things could change. There's a Southwest plane coming in from one that was there was going to St. Louis. This one, I don't know where this is coming from. have to check on that. Have to have my research staff check on the origin of this aircraft.
South Triple Left at Yankee over the ground, southwest 2510.
Southwest 888, contact close out departure.
Roger, Southwest 80.
Helicopter 5678 Juliet LA Tower, taking your request. Helicopter 78 Juliet Squawk 0205, LA altimeter 3003, cleared through Bravo airspace as requested. Southwest 4027 to Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
Alpha Alpha, cross 24 left, 0.65, southwest, 4027.
Helicopter 78 Juliet, just want to verify clear through the Bravo airspace via the shoreline route, northbound at or below 150 feet.
So I think you might have heard there the traffic control is talking to a helicopter, which is they're giving them a route.
Scout 3141 LA Tower, running 24 right, clear to land.
I said uh-oh because I thought there'd been an audio meltdown here. So things have slowed down a bit here. Let me check our radar. Oop. That was me kicking the tripod stand here. Not on purpose. All right, we've got a large aircraft headed our way. Look at that. It's a 777. It's United Flight 11 Honolulu. It's a 777-200 model.
United 1158 heavy.
Our jingle singers would tell you that that is from the year 1994 is when that plane first graced the skies. So it's been around a bit. That's a long-haul airline. You have to wonder how many miles that has put on it over the years.
Tower Southwest 3328, 8 mile final. That's right.
You know, is it in the millions?
DFW 12504, RNF to Delray, running 24 left, clear for takeoff. RNF to Delray, 24 left, clear for takeoff. United 1158 heavy. Southwest 3328, change to runway 24 left. Runway 24 left, clear to land, caution, make turbulence, heavy volume, 777 departing.
United has a lot of orders for new aircraft, and one would expect that a plane like this would be on the chopping block when those new ones start coming in. But I guess it just depends. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear the sound of the engines reverberating off the buildings around me. So it almost sounds like there's a plane behind me. which sometimes there is, but in this case, no.
Air Premium 101, LAX 24 right.
Air Premium 101 Heavy Light Tower.
Well, in this case, there is a plane behind me. It's an American Eagle. It's so weird. It's only the second American branded plane I've seen this morning.
Yeah, 1158 Heavy, contact SoCal departure.
And I say that because, you know, our channel operates out of DFW Airport, which is American Airlines headquarters, and almost every plane that lands there is American. That was arriving from Sacramento, a CRJ 701ER flight 3141. Oh, we've got one coming in on top of us here, so let's see what we can do. Landing on 24 left.
That was 3141, hold short of runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha.
Hold short to left Alpha.
So that's the second 24 left arrival we've seen today. 28 from Las Vegas. No.
3328.
Yes, from Las Vegas.
Echo 13, contact ground point 65. Echo 13, ground. Scout 3141, traffic will hold in position, approximately 24 left, contact ground point 65.
Next, it looks like we've got Air Premia from Seoul. This is a 7879 Dreamliner. And it looks like it's coming in on 24 right.
Terminals, heavy volumes, 7872 mile final, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Air Premia, a low-cost airline. So it's, I don't know if there's any domestic carriers that operate to Seoul from here.
Scout 4885, 250 Arnav Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Arnav Del Rey, forward left, clear for takeoff.
But there is Asiana and, of course, Korean Air, which fly in and out of here. That plane took, this right?
Air Premium 101 Heavy at Alpha Alpha, hold short of runway 24 left.
10 hours and 57 minutes to get from here from Seoul, so
Premium 101K, left at Bravo,
I'm going to say that's 12 hours, 11 hours.
Bravo, hold short to full left, Air Premium 101, thank you.
Of course, I was very excited yesterday to see the Condor striped livery for the first time in person. That's you can't miss that plane. I see. Didn't want to miss this. The Qantas 787. Looks like it's headed to a gate, I guess. I don't know if it. I don't know what its status is. Yeah, it looks like it's. Well, No, I think it's going to the hangar. It came in earlier. And Allison lets us know that the Qantas is heading to the hangar. To get turned around for its flight back to Australia.
American 271, wind 2304, RNAV to Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
And American 271, runway 24 left, RNAV to Delray, clear for takeoff.
Delta 271, you heard it there, is headed out to Maui.
Contact ground point 65. Cross to the left, no delay, cross point. American 271, contact lookout departure.
American 271, over departure. Got it.
All right, all is quiet for the moment here. "757 Chip says, or is answering a question. I'm still trying to figure out what the Condor marketing team was drinking or smoking when they came up with that striped livery. Well, I don't know. I kind of like it. Stephen Pritchard says, "Good morning to you at LAX. Hope you're doing well. Messaging from a hazy, hot UK." You would think that in the UK, now that we're in September, things will be cooling down just a bit.
Winds 2503, RNAV Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 24 left, RNAV Delray, skyline 3760.
And I don't even see this plane on my radar here, whatever that is. We'll just let it take off.
Helicopter 2345 Pop LA Tower, LA altimeter 3003, cleared to enter Bravo airspace at 2500 and cross midfield, report on station. Helicopter 45 Papa, spoilers approved at 2500, and what's your altitude now? Skywest 3766, contact lookout departure. Departure Skywest 3766. Helicopter 45 Papa, radar contact 3 miles northeast Los Angeles VOR at 1300.
All right, I used that opportunity to get a hydration break going in here. See how our battery's doing. We're operating in portable mode right now. We don't have the benefit of Kevin's heavy-duty Jackery batteries. The battery that runs our computer is down to 15%. Now, that's just to keep it fully charged. The computer does have its own battery as well, so we're not quite done yet. An aircraft of the Alaska brand getting ready to touch down here on 24 right.
They were showing you guys only full ground for
There you go.
you guys only have a single ground for
No, both grounds are open, north ground will be 0.65.
Alright,
And that Alaska aircraft, Flight 1222, was coming in from Seattle, 737.
Helicopter 45 Papa, roger.
800. Channel member Mark Strawn says, I remember plane spotting as a kid at LAX in the 60s when there were Connie's DC-6s and 7s, Lockheed 188s, DC-8s, 720s, and 707s at the United hangar. The white coveralls either said Douglas or United. Memories. If only people had camcorders back then.
Delta 811 on tower, waiting for 4 off the south complex, hold short of runway 24 left. Hold short, 24 left, Delta 811.
And Josh adds that as of May, LAX is the world's 6th busiest international airport. DFW still in second place, and I believe that leaves Atlanta as number 1, home of Delta. Channel member Phil G said, Walt, I imagine, must feel chilly in LA compared to triple digits at DFW most of the summer. And, well, it doesn't feel chilly right now, and I think the main factor is the direct sun, which, as you can see here, is right over my head. So it's, yeah, I don't think I can be out here all day.
Delta 811, runway 24 left, line of landing.
But yes, yesterday, I was sitting in the shade waiting for a ride from our friend Kevin, and and it was just glorious. I mean, there were palm trees there, and it was 75 or 76 degrees. And yeah, the first thing I told Kevin when I got in the car is, Kevin, I'm officially moving to Southern California. Now, I was just joking about that. Or was I? And I think I related this story yesterday. I said, Kevin, it's not, of course, it's not like this all year long. He says, yeah, it is most of the time. This is Delta Flight 811. It's going to Miami. The 737-900. Southwest flight from Denver coming in on 24 right. How's our signal? I feel like Gary Shandling asking, how's my hair? Yeah, it's alright, I guess.
Take off 24 left, start out Delray, Delta 811. South 1095 at Alpha, Alpha, hold short of runway 24 left. Alpha, Alpha, hold short, 24 left, Alpha, 485.
Katie Goodling, channel member, says, I said the same thing, Walt, about Southern California, but she said she's never leaving, so. I can see how you could get
2125 LA Tower, running 24 left, line up and land.
Could really get into this kind of weather year round for the most part. Of course, there are, you know, things like earthquakes and wildfires and pestilence, things like that. You know, I guess there's no perfect place to live. We see an Alaska Horizon aircraft going to Eugene, Oregon.
Delta 811, contact SoCal departure. 811 today.
An Embraer 175. Let's swing around and see a JetBlue come in, shall we? It's arriving from we'll have to JFK. Okay.
Cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65. 24 left over the ground.
From JFK in Nueva York.
Over to Sept, have a nice day, 2125.
You too.
David Rutherford checking out, says, have a good time the rest of the weekend trip. See you sometime at Base Airport back in Dallas. Thank you. Klaus says, you pay to live in California's nice weather, no doubt about it.
Cross runway 24 left and contact ground point 65.
And Katie adds, everything is expensive here though, LOL. I can't believe the food prices. I'm from Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's quite a cultural shift from Pennsylvania, I guess, depending on the part of Pennsylvania you are from. And of course, Pennsylvania has a pretty wide variety of people and cultures. Zip Air, zippy. That's a low-cost airline from Tokyo. Got a very good review from Noel Phillips on his channel. He took Zip Air, I think it was to Bangkok from Tokyo. He was very impressed with the service and the amenity. Well, it's a fairly bare bones. It's not all tricked up like some, but I think he went first class and he had a very good experience, or maybe it was business class. I don't know, but I came away from his review of Zip Air thinking, that might be something to travel to Japan on. Although you'd have to switch planes here on the coast because we don't get Zip Air into Dallas-Fort Worth, not at least currently. Merjin filling us in on all the specifics of this particular plane. Dreamliner Dash 8 from Narita. Thank you for that. 757 Chip says, Walt, I lived in Orange County for 9 years, then in the Bay Area for 22 years. I missed the weather and plane spotting at San Jose and San Francisco, but that's about it. Okay. Well, weather's a pretty big factor. Let's see. Battery watch is there any battery? It's blinking at me, so I think it's down to 8%. We've still got 100% on our computer, so we're still muddling through. I will, however, have to get out of here probably within a half hour to get back to hotel to be there when our pal Kevin gets there with his. I'll be storing some supplies for the party tonight, which Airline Videos Live is co-hosting with. I think it's some New York City plane spotting organization. NYC Aviation, I think it is. And there will be, if you don't have a ticket to the party tonight on top of the H Hotel, not to worry, because Kevin has got you covered at Airline Videos Live. He's got not one, not two, but 3 cameras, 3 live feeds that he's going to be putting out there. So here I am struggling to bring you 1, and he's going to have 3. So that's pretty cool. So you'll get to see Kevin and Rudy. They're going to be doing plane spotting while this party's going on. But in addition to that, you'll be able to look in on the party. And I mean, my thought was, if you are a viewer of Runway DFW and you happen to be there, maybe look me up and we can get you on camera. Not live on camera, but recorded, and we'll get a little up close and personal with some plane spotters. You know how you got involved in the hobby and your favorite aircraft and all that kind of stuff. There's Zip Air headed to the terminal. Zippy, as it is affectionately known. Oh, we've lost it. There it goes. Yeah, they initially had a Z, just a kind of a serifed Z, letter Z on the tail of their planes, or Z for our international viewers. And it came to pass that was a symbol that was being used by the Russian military in its war against Ukraine. So Zip Air decided to remove that Z as their logo and to go with something a little more less controversial, I guess.
Papa Roger, leaving above airspace, plus maintain VFR frequency change approved.
We just showed you Southwest Flight 800 coming in from Reno, 737-700. Delta Flight 2345, well, that's easy to remember. It's going to Portland on an Airbus A319. Is it in the shot? No. If it's not in the shot, you can't see it. That's one of my mottos.
2345, right now, Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Right now, takeoff 24 left, 688 heavy, hold, runway 24 left, line of weight, Delta 688 heavy. Delta 688, 24 left, line up.
Phil G says, Walter, remind me of editors I had when I worked as a news reporter in LA for 20 years. You have a keen journalist's eye and ear. Well, that's a very nice thing for you to say. I have been in the TV news business since 1975. I don't know if that's exactly journalism, but seems to be less and less so every year. Now, looks like we've got a large jet headed our way. Let's take a look. It's a Delta 767-300. It is going to JFK Airport. This plane dates back to the year 1991.
Cast 4866, visual T4 right. Cast 4866, now runway 24 right, clear to land. 2 right, clear land, Cast 4866.
14, you can turn left at double A. That tells us to move in just a moment. Alpha, Alpha, Delta, 14.
I hear lots of horns honking.
So the 800 cross runway 24 left, ground point 65.
left, ground point 65,
So there it is off. There it is off to the Big Apple.
Left, ground point 65, Delta 688, contact departure. Departure Delta.
Bus corral right underneath us. Dino wants to know, anyone ever flown Korean Air? I have not. I flew to Korea once, but it was on American. And Delta 1441 says the Korean A380 is 15 minutes out. I don't know if it'll, I hope it'll come in on this side. It would be nice if it did. That could be the last of our flights this morning. Randy Bucksbaum says, I won't be at the event at the H today. I told the NYC Aviation to give my ticket to the next person on the waiting list. I have a 3-hour Zoom call today that I can't miss last minute. Boo. Ugh. That sounds like a drag, Randy. But it was very noble of you to surrender your tickets so that someone else might attend. Our moderator and channel member A-list flyer Chris says honk for Runway DFW, which apparently some people are, maybe. Our channel sponsor James Webb says, Walt, how are you liking your LA experience so far? It is just super. Haven't had a lot of sleep yet, but you know, you expect that when you are in an unfamiliar environment, doing things that you want to do because you'd rather do those than sleep. American Eagle is landing. It's not focusing, but it's landing. Oh, there it is. So anyway, James, I told Kevin that you said hello when I saw him yesterday. And he's going to be warehousing all of the those great airplane models that he was able to buy with the funds that you provided. You'll be storing them in the room that I have ahead of the party tonight. Sorry you couldn't be there, James Webb. Let's see, we've got an Alaska Horizon E-Jet moving into position here. It appears to be going to Boise aboard Flight 3307. Boise in Idaho. And again, we've got a Korean Air A380 on the march. Let's see if I can see where that is.
Got a 3307 RNF Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. 24 left. Got a 3307 RNF Delray, 24 left, clear for takeoff. RNF Delray, clear for takeoff, 24 left, Skywest.
I see it. It's Flight 17 coming in from Seoul. It says here it is 16 minutes away. So we're going to try to maintain things for you until then. And that could either be a big finale or a bust if it doesn't come in right over us. You know, if it comes in on the south side of the airport, we'll do our best to get you a shot of it. Well, here's an airline we don't see at Dallas-Fort Worth. Flair. I believe this is a Canadian airline.
Scout 307, contact departure.
Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Scout 307.
Flair. It sounds more like a laundry detergent or a dishwashing liquid. Something like that. Flair. Doesn't sound like an airline. I guess it could grow on you. Flair now with borax. So let's see here. Let me filter here.
Flair 1888, hold short of runway 24 left.
Hold short of runway 1888.
I'm trying to zero in on my flare here. Meanwhile, I've not left you with much of anything to look at, have I?
1888, cross runway 24 left, ground point 65.
Well, there's something.
3844, contact departure.
Have a nice day, Southwest 3844.
All right, so as for flare, okay, I came in from Vancouver after a 2-hour and 20-something minute flight on a MAX 8. So that solves that mystery. Super 80 Swiss Air says good morning to everyone and good morning to you. We're about to see a flight coming in. What is it? I don't know. It appears to be Delta of some sort. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Runway DFW at LAX. We are at large. And we'll be here with you for the next few minutes. We're going to try to bring you the arrival of the A380 coming in from Seoul on Korean Air. That, of course, was Delta. And flight 520, a 767-300 coming in from JFK Airport in the Big Apple.
1043 tower, runway 24 left, line up away. 24 left, line up away, Delta 1043.
A 20th century aircraft dating back to the year 1999. And there's a Delta Airbus A319 there in the foreground.
Delta 1043 RNAV Del Rey, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. RNAV Del Rey, 24 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 1043.
Delta Flight 1043 is what we have on deck. I hear some yelling going on below me. Either that or it's a loud talker. Flight 1083 is off to San Antonio, Texas on that Airbus A319.
3003 cleared in Bravo airspace as requested. Squawk 0240.
Let's look at some of the tails.
And Police 3, just be advised, there is a superjet on the down. When they become a factor, I'll have to get you into Area 1.
Oh, here comes something large.
Tower good morning, Bravo 651 Hotel, visual approach,
Bravo 651 Hotel LA Tower, caution, with turbulence, you're in chill of a heavy Airbus from 124 right, clear to land.
Follow the heavy Airbus, clear to land,
Delta 1043, contact departure. 1043, listen today.
Luke, there's something coming in from the Star
Bravo
Alliance.
651 Hotel, where do you park today?
signature Bravo 651.
Thank you.
That plane is so decked out with Star Alliance decals that I have no idea where it came from until I look at flight radar here. Let me take a glance. Well, it was Air Canada. Land, eh? Arriving from Toronto after 4 hours and 30-something minutes. An Airbus A330-300 in the Star Alliance livery. So there you go. Something else we'll never see. Well, I don't know if we'll never see it, but don't see any Air Canada A330s touching down at DFW. So there being no traffic here on 24 left, it gets the green light to cross over and head to the terminals.
Hours on the 615 LA, can order runway 24 right, clear to land.
Jay Roque Huerta says, good morning, Walt. Excellent show. Greetings from Monterey. Hey. Thank you. Right, we have, what is this? Bizjet of some sort. It had a livery on it as though it was a commercial aircraft, but what was that thing? Research would indicate it came in from Anchorage.
Tower Skyway 3175, visual.
ZVB Lily Jet? Is that what I'm saying there? ZVB Lily Jet? Not familiar with that brand. That was a Bombardier Global 60,000. So there you go.
1.65.
A few trains at says Rudy does like the special Star Alliance liveries. I think of him when I see one. I love all special liveries. I just couldn't tell. I mean, it seems to me if you have a special livery, you should also be able to tell at a glance what the airline is. I think on all the One World liveries, it's at least, you at least have the tail section available to you. But that one had the Star Alliance logo on the tail, and it said Star Alliance on the fuselage. And here's another plane we do not see in the DFW region, LAX, which I believe is another Canadian low-cost carrier, if I am not mistaken. LAX, L-Y-N-X. And now I can tell you more about that flight. If I could only see my screen. Well, came in from Calgary. It was a 737 MAX 8, but I can't, flight 9615 is what it was. Let me scan the skies once again. For that large jet that's headed in here
Area 1 right there on the border.
from Seoul.
Thank you. And are you going to want to go back to Area 2 after the time is passed, sufficient time? Okay.
I just got a message from Kevin of Airline Videos Live saying he can pick me up on the way to the hotel. So if he's listening, if you're listening, Kevin, I'll take you up on that. There's the deets on the Lynx Air plane that we just saw. We've got an American Eagle cruising past us from our broadcast location on top of the LAX economy parking garage. And Mergen says that Lynx livery looks like something from the 80s. Well, who doesn't love classic aviation livery? You know, in my view, anything that has a stripe down the fuselage is okay with me. Now, I was going to filter out for the A380 so I could see where that big boy is. Oh, here it comes. Oh, it's coming our way. We're going to swing around, bring you as much of this as we can. In fact, I'm going to move the tripod a little bit so I can swing even further around. So I apologize for that rapid twist. The big A380 coming in from Seoul on this side of the airport. So lucky us.
Tower copy, 112 heavy established on island 24 right.
Copy 112 heavy LA tower, cross like unlimited, super rolling out, 124 right, turn to land.
Clear to the land, 24 right, copy 112 heavy.
Well, that I would say is a great way to end the broadcast. With the arrival of the Airbus A380 from Seoul.
Green Air 017 Super, cross runway 24 left, contact ground point 65.
This will have one more plane for you. The departure, Delta Flight 7 to Haneda in Tokyo, an Airbus A330-900. You see it there, kind of entering the screen. And we'll say sayonara to this plane, and then we'll have to say sayonara to you. But not to fear. We will, the ending of this broadcast will direct you to one of the, to the main broadcast from Kevin on Airline Videos Live later today, starting around 3 o'clock Pacific time. And if you've got a lot of screens handy, he's going to have a couple more streams with behind the scenes activities from the party up at the top of the H Hotel tonight. So tune in for that on Airline Videos Live YouTube channel starting at 3 o'clock Pacific time. Do the calculations for your time zone. So you see a couple of Airbus jumbos there. The biggest one there on the left, headed to the terminal. Oh, did it disappear yet? Oh no, it's still kind of coming towards us. And what do we have here? Philippines. Oh man, we gotta catch this. Touching down from Manila as the big Delta jet rolls off to the land of the rising sun. It's 10 o'clock.
Philippine 112 heavy, cross runway 24 left, ground point 65.
Runway 24 right, 24 right.
All right, so we would have brought you a 3-hour broadcast, except we were a little late getting on today because of navigational issues. So I think that's going to do it for us. We've had some technical issues, but we've had some good stuff to watch. So thank you for joining us here on Runway DFW on this Friday. Don't have my music to play. I'm going to have to play you an old, and I say old, it's a few days old, thank you crawl for our channel members. So I'll do that first, and I apologize that it's a little bit out of date, but just haven't had time to update it since we've been here. So if you don't see your name on here, watch for it on an upcoming broadcast. You are very much appreciated. Here's the list of our members as of a couple days ago. Now, there are, of course, other people we have to thank here. And those would certainly include our channel sponsor, James Webb, who checked in a little bit earlier. Thank you, James. Hats off to you for making this trip possible and for being our sponsor at Runway DFW. To Kevin at Airline Videos Live, who has offered to give me a ride back to the hotel. Thank you, Kevin, and also for all of your help out here and your friendship. Thank you, Kevin. Watch his channel, and also to, of course, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. Our heroes and heroines who, every time we're on the air, come at you with clever things to say and to keep you engaged here on the channel. Thank you to all of you. Means a lot to this guy behind the lens. And so now we're going to say goodbye to you. We'll play this music, and then after that we'll crawl through some of your comments to say goodbye, and then we'll sign off. I don't think I have any music I can play for that, but you know, it's just the way things are. So we say farewell to you from the rooftop of the of the LAX economy parking garage, or garage as they say over in the UK. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
So here's where the music usually comes in. You just have to settle for bus noise and traffic and such. But thank you for all your kind comments. I'm not sure if we'll have any other live streams on our trip, because Kevin's got a lot of broadcasting coming up, and I'll be helping out as best I can with that. Josh Aldrich saluting the mods. Josh, of course, being a channel member, so I salute you as well. Super 80s Swiss Air, always good to see you. Alex Bartlett reminding you live at the H Hotel. Kevin and Rudy with their YouTube channel on Airline Videos Live with a triple cast. Three cameras. Thank you, a few trains at. And Kevin says, I'm swinging by to pick you up. LOL. Thank you, Kevin. Okay, I got it packed up so I can meet him downstairs. Thank you. And Lance with a final word. This has been Runway DFW, a Runway DFW production. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you soon. And thanks for watching. Bye.